Round 6 of this WEC season is here, and there's a lot of information to break down regarding this upcoming race. The WEC returns to the Circuit of the Americas, and coming into this venue, we see the debut of the LMGT3 class in the United States, as well as the absence of a specific car and manufacturer from the grid. So, this race preview depicts everything that you need to know ahead of the 2024 Lone Star Le Mans. The World Endurance Championship is back in the United States of America, as the series returns to the fantastic Circuit of the Americas. Previously, the WEC was visiting the iconic Sebring Raceway in the state of Florida, which also hosts the 12 Hours of Sebring. After the 2023 race in which Toyota won, the WEC left Sebring off the calendar, and a venue was picked up to host the annual US endurance race, which was Lone Star Le Mans. But heading into this race, the series is coming back from another exciting event held on the South American continent. The 6 Hours of Sao Paulo was a great event, with action across both categories of Hypercar and LMGT3. And if you want a recap of the event in Brazil, make sure to check out my race review, which I've linked in the description down below. The WEC now heads north for the 7th edition of Lone Star Le Mans, and the entry list is a little different due to the absence of Isotta Fraschini. The boutique Italian car manufacturer has withdrawn their Le Mans hypercar, which has competed in 5 rounds of the WEC so far, and according to my sources, this was because of a financial situation involving Team Duquesne, who Isotta have parted ways with following their withdrawal. So unfortunately, this does mean that we will no longer see Isotta Fraschini's Tipo 6 LMH Competizione on track racing, at least for the remainder of this season. The entry list for COTA has therefore been altered. 18 cars are competing in Hypercar, and 8 manufacturers are present, as opposed to 9 when Isotta Fraschini was here. The LMGT3 grid, however, remains the same, with 18 entries on the grid. All these entries combine to create a 36-car grid at Lone Star Le Mans in 2024, which is an additional 5 more cars than the last event at this track. But of course, every car competing then was different, and is no longer on the grid. Speaking of the last Lone Star Le Mans, let's move on to the history of this race. The first event was held in 2013, and it was won by the number 2 Audi of Tom Christensen, Alan McNish, and Loic Duval. Since 2013, the race ran for 5 consecutive years, and every event was won by either Audi or Porsche. The WEC came back to COTA in 2020, following the cancellation of Brazil's event, and in fact, that ended up being the last Lone Star Le Mans to date. The race was won and dominated by the number 1 Rebellion LMP1 car, with Bruno Senna, Gustavo Menezes, and Norman Nato behind the wheel of the R13. In fact, I recently made a video recapping the last Lone Star Le Mans in 2020, and I'll post the link of that video in the description in the same place as the Sao Paulo race recap. As for the track, the Circuit of the Americas, or COTA for short, is located near the city of Austin in the Lone Star state itself of Texas, hence the name Lone Star Le Mans. The circuit was opened fairly recently on October 21st of 2012. The track is FIA Grade 1 and has 20 turns that make up the 3.4 mile track, or 5.5 kilometers. One of the things COTA is predominantly known for are the elevation changes, which are especially apparent in the first sector, with one of the steepest first corner inclines for a famous racing circuit in the world. Now, besides the WEC, many other motorsports series are continuously hosted at this track. This includes the NASCAR Cup Series, MotoGP and Moto America, the GT World Challenge America, and much more. But of course, the most famous series to have come here is Formula 1, which has been racing at COTA ever since the circuit was established in 2012, with Lewis Hamilton winning the first race for McLaren. In fact, that was actually his last win for the Woking-based team. Going back to the WEC event though, and Lone Star Le Mans will have racing for 6 hours straight, making this just the 4th round this season with a duration of 6 hours. Also, another big factor heading into this event is the BOP, or balance of performance, and specifically what has changed from the previous round. For the BOP of the hypercar class and on the power side of things, the Lamborghini SC63 will be the most powerful car at COTA, whereas the Toyota GR010 has lost power. Compared to the previous event, it has lost around 12 horsepower, which now puts it as the least powerful car in the hypercar class. On the weight side of things, the Lamborghini SC63 is also the lightest car, so hopefully with the best BOP for this round, Lamborghini will have a good result. Unfortunately, when it comes to weight, Toyota is also at the back, with the heaviest car on the grid. Also, I want to point out that Peugeot has received a major break when it comes to the weight. The 9X8 hypercar is around 30 pounds lighter than the previous round. Meanwhile, when it comes to the weight for the LM GT3 class, just like within IMSA, the Ford Mustang GT3 is the lightest car out on track, with the Lamborghini Huracan GT3 Evo the heaviest, although the Lamborghini has lost around 28 pounds compared to the previous round. Also, I want to point out that the Porsche 911 GT3R, which has won the majority of races this season, has gained quite a lot of weight compared to the previous round. Coming into this race, the championship standings in the hypercar class see the number 6 Porsche Penske at the top, with the number 50 Ferrari AF Corsa entry in second, with the first of the Toyotas, the number 7 car, in third. In fourth place is the number 5 Porsche Penske, with the number 8 Toyota rounding off the top 5 after getting the win at Sao Paulo. Meanwhile, in LMGT3, it's the number 92 Manthey Pure Racing Porsche in first, followed by the second 911 GT3R, the Manthey EMA Porsche, in second. The 31 BMW M-Team WRT entry is in third, followed by the number 27 Heart of Racing Aston Martin, and the number 55 Vista AF Corsa Ferrari completes the top 5. Now, let's talk about the event schedule and how you're supposed to watch Lone Star Le Mans in 2024. The race, of course, will be set up by the qualifying and hyperpole sessions, which will be separated into 2 LMGT3 sessions and 2 hypercar sessions. These will all take place on Saturday, August 31st, and will begin at 3 o'clock p.m. and go until 4:20 p.m. local time. By the way, the track is in the Central Daylight Time Zone. As for the main race, that will take place the following day on Sunday, September 1st, and the race will begin at 1 p.m. and go until 7 p.m. local time. As for watching this race live, the best place is going to be through the official WEC app, but just so you're aware, sometimes it can be geo-blocked for certain areas of the world. For folks in the United States of America, the place where Lone Star Le Mans is happening, the race will be on the HBO Max streaming service. Also, we'll be live on this channel for the start of the race to discuss what is happening during the event. So those are the major details that you need to know ahead of the 2024 Lone Star Le Mans at Circuit of the Americas. Are you excited to see the World Endurance Championship return to this fantastic race course in Texas? Well, as always, let me know all your thoughts and who you think will win down in the comments. Thanks for watching. For more content on endurance racing such as the WEC and IMSA, consider subscribing if you haven't already. On screen, you'll find some suggested videos to watch next. For now though, that's it for me. You'll hear from me next in the following video.